Welcome everybody, it's Saturday and I have made a little excursion to the area where I have lived 15 years ago, until 15 years ago. And this has changed so dramatically that I wanted to take a look at it and I wanted to share this look with you, people around. Welcome to Vega. Well, it's very interesting. I mean, 15 years ago I was living here and the area that I filmed behind me was basically nature. Grass and horses and a small horse farm, and now there's nothing left of it. There's only new houses, new streets, and everything has changed, and it's really hard to find the way here. Even if I have lived here for a couple of years and went lots and lots of rounds with my dog at the time when I was living here. So this makes me think about actually life and how fast the environment in which we once have lived in can change and is changing rapidly all the time, and how short our lives are, so that the world in which we live in today and all the streets and houses that we see today, they might be gone in 10, 15, 20 and definitely in 50 years from now. Nothing is left, and the people after us, they won't see the world as we saw them. That's a fascinating thing, isn't it? A new thing here. So that is the street where I used to live all those years ago. And apparently some things have changed in other places here, but the area down there has more or less is more or less the same. But this is totally new. Beautiful new house that wasn't here when I lived here. That was here. And here I would walk to the bus stops that would take me to town, to my work. They actually moved the bus stop with about 50 to 75 meters from over there to this place, and here it's fairly new as well. But let's take a look. Across the street, people are polite and stop for us. So here was a street, I think the street, no. This is a new bicycle place. I actually decided now to take you on the long round, the long way, so I'll go back a little bit. Well, I saw Russell's channel, might be in October or November of 2019. Got some recommendations, then the pandemic hit. It hit very hard, especially here in Sweden, with 14,300 deaths still counting. And home office for a year and 2 months now. So all this came together, and I always wanted to be on YouTube. I saw Bolton Bankrupt's great videos where he visits former Soviet places in the former Soviet republics, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and so on. And I would love to do that as well, but I thought, no, it's not possible for me. So I thought I'd give it a try with a Booktube direction, and maybe later combine that when I'm able to do trips again after the worst is over. You won't believe it. Some years ago, well, at least 12 years ago, 15 years ago, 16 years ago, I was traveling with my kids on the bus, coming from the center of Handen over there on this big street, and suddenly in the winter the bus had to stop because here there were two what do you call them? Elks, moose, were standing on the middle of the road, and we had to wait until they got on the other side. So we have them here, the animals that all Germans love about Sweden, because I have a slight idea where it's going to lead me, and it's the direction I want to take. So let's go here in this beautiful nature of Haninge outside Stockholm, and come back to Booktube, of course. So after having discovered Russell's channel, I started discovering more and more channels, and came across Simon Savage. I saw, of course, Eric Hall Anderson's channel, and Lauren Wade. Lauren Wade, actually, thank you very much, Lauren, helped me a little bit to find the technical equipment that is needed, because she has made a very beautiful video about this. So what is happening here? I mean, I can't go here, apparently. Let's take a look at this. So I found Lauren's channel, I found Simon's channel, I found Eric's channel, I found other channels, and somehow on May 4 of 2020 I made my first video with my mobile phone, my Huawei P30 Pro, and used also the microphone of it. Oh my god, that's a beautiful picture. Look at it. A house at a lake in Sweden. What I have discovered in 14 months on Booktube is, of course, that it separates itself into a couple of segments. I don't know how many. I don't want to analyze this in depth, but definitely there are lots of different spaces and segments on Booktube. One, of course, is a pretty commercial one. Whenever booktubers get sort of successful, which means that if they have, like, I don't know, because I'm not successful, when they have like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 subscribers, somehow, I guess, that the publishers are contacting booktubers and sent them lots of books. Russell from the Ink and Paper blog, he has like, I think around 10,000 subscribers. He gets loads of books from publishers, and Simon Savage, who has more than 20,000 subscribers, gets lots of books from publishers. And well, then it starts getting commercial, right? It starts getting commercial, and I think that the problem with that is that you can't trust those channels to 100% no more. I think they do great work, and I like Savage, I like Russell, I like Eric, and all those booktubers, but when they get their packages from publishers and they have to show the books they get from the publishers into the camera to name the publisher and say thank you, you know, that you are part of an advertising campaign as well. And I think that's pretty fair, and I think that every one of us is able to sort of differentiate what is advertisement and what not. But I'm a little suspicious about videos where I see people love all the books, all writers they get. Because that's what the publishers want, right? They want their books and authors to be loved to a 100% to sell them as much as possible. It sounds a little negative, but I think that's okay. It's capitalism. We're living in capitalism, and it's just the way it is. But then there are lots of other people on Booktube who do it for the community, being a part of the community, making new friends all over the world, and those are the people I think I love most and that I try to be a part of. Meeting new people, you who are booktubers themselves, or other people who just watch a lot of Booktube, but comment on videos. That's my thing. And I don't know what I would do, but I'm far too old to gain a lot of subscribers. What I would do if I had much more people following me. Oh my God, everything's changing here. Back to where I am now. I used to walk here with my dog, and I can tell you that it looked totally different. It was, you were here, you were already right in the middle of the woods, and there were some houses, but there wasn't the same kind of structure. We didn't have that asphalt road. We had a nature stone road. So all of this was basically forest 12, 13 years ago. And then the municipality of Haninge decided that they wanted to grow by a lot of thousands of people, because they know about the situation in Stockholm, that we have thousands of apartments that are missing, and they plant this new part of their municipality which they called Vega City or Vega Staden, where they decided to get rid of the forest and build hundreds and hundreds and thousands of places to live. Well, that's the way it looks like nowadays. Beautiful, brave new world, but I still miss the forest, honestly. The habitats of animals more and more. It's us who dominate, it's us who decide if animals have a right to live and on what areas they have a right to live and what not. So that's the way it is. Sorry. Apparently the entrepreneurs are not ready yet. They still want to build more and more and more. Look at this hill up there. Building, building, and building. Billions are rolling. But a year on Booktube has been a good year, more or less. And not more or less. It's overtly positive. I learned a lot of things, technical stuff as well. I'm discussing books in a different way, I think, and I even can discuss them because I meet people who read the same kind of books than I do. They recommend me books that I'm interested in, which I otherwise wouldn't find. So it's a really good thing to be on Booktube. You should do it too. And now I'm on Brusewitz Weg very soon. Because usually I would come from this direction. And all this wasn't there. Forest, forest, forest. Woods, woods, woods. And then I would go straight ahead here on Brusewitz Weg. And I'm going to show you a beautiful house on the left. It's more or less still the same. But another thing I wanted to say, and I wanted to speak about the pandemic and Booktube and how it has changed our lives. I mean, the pandemic is that we are on hold, right? Our life clocks are ticking away, of course. The time is ticking away. And no one of us knows if we will return back to the old life before and what life will be like in about a year from now, or even in 4 or 5 months from now. And that is really something tough. That will I go back to the United States again? Will I go to Oregon, to Canada, where I would love to go next year maybe? Or would it be impossible? We'll see. And it's very unsecure. It feels very unsecure. And insecure, unsecure, the whole thing. I don't know what you feel about it. Tell me in the comments down below.